Wow, I'm really excited to be here today. I have great privilege to be able to share the mission of what Playfinity is doing. We're on a really big mission to keep kids active and provide a future life for them that's happier and healthier because they're being more active. I grew up on a farm outside of Toronto in the middle of nowhere. If I was lucky, after school, I'd get one TV channel. Star Trek, Saved by the Bell, or 90210. Those were the options, if I was lucky. Towards the end of high school, if I was really lucky, I could send one message on MSN Messenger or ICQ. I was home a few weeks ago visiting from Norway. My parents still live there. From one day to the next, I went from having to negotiate with my parents for some Wi-Fi so that I could have my video meetings, to the next day, I could host my entire company from the farm, including my developers, because we got Starlink. I was forced as a kid to be active and to play outside and to be creative because I didn't actually have all that digital fun. It was a gamble. When I was home that Friday, my brother turned up with his twins. They're 14 years old. And they were telling me about their track and field and their soccer game the next week. I was super excited. I could go and I could watch them. I can never do that because I live overseas. But I wasn't allowed. I wasn't allowed because the school doesn't have the budget and the infrastructure to host guests and official games at that school. Through the entire year, they have one track and field meet, and they have one soccer game. And it is up to them to teach themselves, train themselves, coach themselves, and even register themselves. I couldn't believe it. I ran upstairs to my little trunk that's in my bedroom at the farm, and I got out my ribbons and my medals, and I brought it down and I showed it to them. And I talked to them about track and field and volleyball and basketball and soccer and all the sports that we could participate in my little town in the middle of nowhere. They had tears in their eyes. They could not believe the fun that we must have had with this much activity in school. That Saturday, I went for a run down to my local park. This is the little park in Kendall. And when I was young, at 9 a.m., rain or shine, snow, sleet, it didn't matter. All of the kids were in this park playing. We'd be throwing balls, playing in the dugouts, playing kissing tag. We were there, having a blast. I was here at noon. There was not one kid in the park, and there was not one set of footprints. My heart dropped. The next week, I went to Kansas City to be with the Kansas City Royals, their baseball team. Amazing opportunity to kick off the summer camp that they hold for kids to keep them engaged in baseball and active. Playfinity has a station at this camp. We were 15 minutes outside of the city, beautiful park, 3 diamonds, cute little snack shack, little red and blue picnic tables. The mayor turned up to help us open up the camp for the entire summer. Why? Because it's the first time this park has been used in 8 years. There were over 200 kids in this camp, most of which had never thrown a ball in their life, and the average age kids drop out of sports in Missouri is 10 years old. This is another new normal that isn't being talked about enough right now, and it is taking a community to drive change. So, I want you to imagine right now that your parks and your streets and your basketball courts are packed with kids being active and playing, just like the good old days, instead of inside on their screens. Playfinity is on a really big mission to keep kids active, healthy, and happy. We take kids from this to this with this. It's magic. We make kids active together all around the world. Because it matters. 70% of kids are dropping out of sports by the age of 13 because it's no longer fun. They're spending 5 to 7 hours a day on screens, and only 5% get over 1 hour a day of activity. Only 5%. Kids are less active, they're less happy, they're less together, they're sleeping less, and they're less healthy. Coaches, parents, all of you in here, and the industry are desperate to find solutions. So who's Playfinity, and what are we trying to do about this? Playfinity was founded in 2016 by 5 dads with the urgency to keep their kids active. They saw them going from hours of sports to hours of screens, and they had to act. We are a team of seriously playful and active professionals with global backgrounds from the likes of TI, Lego, Candy Crush, Airthings, and the Norwegian gymnastics team. Our HQ is in Oslo. We've got 9 team members with 6 nationalities. Why play and physical activity? It's simple. It improves your physical health, your mental health, and your ability to do everyday activities. Why sports? It's not so obvious, actually. Organized sports are the most common way that kids get integrated into an active lifestyle. Whether it's at school, whether it's sports and rec, whatever. That is the way that kids get into sports, and that's actually what keeps them engaged throughout their life. It also teaches teamwork, hand-eye coordination. You make friends, you learn to win and lose. And imagine what happens in 20 years if we don't have kids engaged in sports now. Where does this go? If kids aren't engaged in sports, they're not fans. There's no fan engagement. There's no connection to the sport. Maybe there's no games, there's no refs, there's no umps. This is actually a really big problem. So what's active gaming? Playfinity has created a new gaming platform that inspires active play. We combine sports and physical play with gaming and virtual play, and we bring them together. We don't blame tech, we love tech. We just want to use it for good. And we speak to youth in a language they understand. Leaderboards, avatars, freedom, level progression. This is their language now. Our product portfolio consists of digitized sporting gear that connects to an app on your phone, free app, full of games, and it connects you to all the other players around the world. You can play together. We have a smart ball to learn how to throw. We have jump games, goes on your ankle for the trampoline. We had 1 kid hit 1 million jumps in December. I challenge you all to do that. We have a gaming baseball, regulation size and weight, pretty good for a Norwegian company. And we have an amazing roadmap for the next 5 years. All of our technology is developed in-house. We've been in development for 5 years so that we have robust, long-lasting, repeatable, and scalable technology. We have our activity tracker. We have our smart core, which goes in this baseball, maybe a hockey puck one day. I am Canadian. Our smart skin for all inflatables. And our smart experience, which is engaging gaming mechanics that's sticky and keeps the kids outside playing longer. So why are we different? You're probably thinking, oh, I've seen some tech in sports before. Why are we different? Because every single product on the market right now focuses on the 2% of kids that take the elite and the pro track. Everything. The 98% of kids who just want to have fun, they are completely underserved and left out of this market. So guess what they do? They start gaming. Playfinity makes it fun for kids to stay active and play longer, and the cherry on top is actually they get better because they're playing more. Physical activity has a long-term positive impact on individuals and society. Physically active people have a lower lifetime climate footprint. They have a better understanding and relationship to food, to consumption, to nature conservation, to education, and normally their health costs aren't so high. We are scaling responsibly and with experts. We don't have all the answers. We're the first to say we don't have all the answers, but we are looking for experts to help us. Everything from our manufacturing partners to partners who are helping us explore how to best scale through ESG and UN sustainability goals. And we're also looking to provide the world's first recyclable, smart sporting equipment. Our sensor technology will outlive a ball that's played. So how can we do that? How can we use that to lower that e-waste? Our product roadmap, as I said, is really exciting. We are growing with the biggest youth impact. Where are with the kids? What sports do they want to play? Where are they losing out? And how can we engage with them? And we are complementing traditional sports. We're not trying to get rid of traditional sports. We're trying to keep the pipeline full so that kids want to play and be engaged in sports. We are integrating ourselves industry-wide with mission-driven partners. Our partners have to understand our mission and they have to live and breathe it. The ecosystem and community is critical for impact. We break this down by B2C, so how are we getting products into the hands of our players? Mission, so who are the big companies, associations that are really focused on youth activity and impact? And B2B, coaching apps, education apps. Coaches are dying for this technology. They cannot engage with their kids anymore. And one partner I want to call out is actually based here in Seattle. Amazing, please check them out. They're called Child's Play Charity. They've been around for 20 years, and they deliver therapeutic games and technology directly to pediatric hospitals to improve patients' lives through the power of play. And now they're doing it through the power of active play. We've received global recognition. We've received great press, reviews, awards. We've shipped thousands of products to over 15 countries around the world, and we've recorded millions of activities. And the best part, players love it. Even our little baseball from a Norwegian company is global. In the last 30 days, we've recorded over 100,000 throws and over 1.9, I think is what I saw yesterday, million jumps in just 30 days. That's a lot of active, healthier, and happier kids. And remember, these benefits aren't just for kids. So make sure you are also taking time away from your screen and getting outside and playing and being active. Because not only is it good for you, but you're also a role model to all the kids in your lives. Thank you.